Hey everyone, and welcome to my very first video on youtube.com/Great Lakes Weather. We're just getting this started up, and I've been messing with models for a few years, so I kind of know a few things about them. So I kind of just want to start this and let you guys know what I'm seeing in regards to weather for specifically the areas of Michigan, Indiana, and Ohio. So make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. This will also be on Instagram, instagram.com/CU weather right now, which will be transitioning to Great Lakes weather later on. So I just want to talk about the different things that I'm seeing on the GFS model as of right now. We could see some snow next week, so that's pretty interesting. And I'm going to show you what's happening in the atmosphere in regards to why there could be snow. So right now I'm looking at the 500 millibar height anomaly. That shows the temperature, the above average and below average temperatures in different levels of the atmosphere. Red obviously indicates where there's much above average temperatures and where there's strong ridges, and there's a strong ridge up in the Alaska area, which means they're definitely seeing above average temperatures. These blue areas are below average temperatures in the upper levels of the atmosphere, so these are associated with troughs. So what we're going to be seeing is a trough come down, a very strong trough come down and just slam into the Great Lakes area. So I'm going to use the slider to indicate how this changes. You can see how the different air masses change in the upper levels of the atmosphere. And this ridge up here in the Alaskan area will stick around up there, and both ridges on both sides will just sink cold air down into the Great Lakes area. So if you look at this, look at how deep this thing gets. And it's sitting right over a Great Lakes area. So you see this 540 line, you can see the ISO bar here, this 540 line. This is something we pay attention to when we're looking at the forecast for snow. So the 540 line is something we're going to be keeping an eye on, and we could see some snow on Tuesday. It's very late in the season for snow, but Tuesday night into Wednesday morning, we could see even up to a half an inch of snow according to some forecasts. So I'm going to show you that in just a second, but it just keeps getting deeper and deeper, and look how deep it gets by the time it reaches the New England states. The fact that it's getting this deep indicates that there could be some pretty good snow up in the New England area, just because of the fact that we have such a deep trough coming into the eastern side of the region. Later on, if we go late to close to the end of April and May, you see a nice warm ridge come into the United States, which will send our temperatures back up to more relatively comfortable, more normal types of temperatures that we usually see. So yeah, you can see how the different ridges and troughs move around in the upper levels of the atmosphere. So now I'm going to go to the more regional map. I'm going to get off this forecast loop so it stops messing with my mouse here. All right, so I'm going to go to our region. We're going to go to the Great Midwest U.S., and that shows Michigan, Indiana, and Ohio. This is a 500 millibar height and wind map. So I'm going to actually move to the precipitation maps. And actually right now, so if you actually go to the radar right now, this is 11:04 a.m. on April 17th. There's a little bit of rain in the area, and that's evident in the maps that you see here as well. So we've got a little bit of rain moving through, and here's that 540 line that I was telling you about. Right now, the air in the upper levels of the atmosphere is a little bit warmer, so the 540 line doesn't really play much of a role in where snow comes into play right here. So as we transition this forward, I really want to focus on, well, there's still some scattered rain showers possible throughout the day today and into tomorrow. I'm going to move to Tuesday and we can start seeing snow. So look at that. As that ridge moves in, you can see that there's some snow developing in areas of Illinois, Missouri, even Kansas. They're going to see a few inches of snow, in fact, I think, based on the heaviness of what this snow looks like. And as this moves off to the east, we could see the snow move into our region as well. So you can see the low pressure system associated is right around here. It's moving off to the east, and on the tail end of it is where that cold ridge is right now, where all these different, you can see where this dip, this trough is dipping into the Midwest and into the Great Lakes area behind this cold front that's bringing this snow behind it. This could be considered more of an Arctic blast for this time of the year, just given the fact that the upper levels of the atmosphere are going to be so cold that the temperature on Tuesday is going to be 65, but the temperature is going to drop to near freezing Tuesday night. So that's why we can see snow, ice, maybe even a little bit of wintry mix. I'm going to look at the snow totals. I haven't actually checked the snow totals on this map yet, so I want to take a look at that too. But as you move through the day, this is Wednesday, early in the morning, probably around midnight. You see the snow starts to hit Greene County area, and it's already gone through areas in Indiana and Michigan. So Greene County is where Cedarville is at right now, and that's where I'm focused at right now. So Cedarville might even see some snow from this on April 21st, which is very surprising for this time of year. And the snow kind of remains in the Ohio area and continues to push off to the northeast. And it looks like it could turn into some nice, decent snowfall for the New England area. So I'm going to take a look at that. In fact, I'm going to go back to the national map and see. Yeah, so it looks like the snow is remaining a little bit off to the north of New York right now, or during that time, but on the back end of it, there's going to be some snow, and it looks like the snow is even going to continue in some spots of Indiana, Ohio, and Wisconsin, even later in the day on Wednesday as well, which is actually fairly surprising. High temperature is supposed to be around in the 40s, I think, Wednesday of next week, which is very cold for this time of year. So that's going to be something to keep an eye on. You have a deep low pressure system off to the northeast moving ahead of this trough that's being pushed in from Hudson Bay area. Cold air on the way. That's all I'm going to say. So let's take a look at snow totals for our region. If I go back to the regional map here, Midwest, let's take a look at our snow totals. So grand total of snowfall. I can't believe I'm pulling up the winter weather map for this. So I think that's a tad bit excessive. Well, I mean, for our area, maybe not. I think Greene County, which is right here, you can see about an inch of snow from this. I think this is excessive right here. If I look at the other models, I wonder what they'll say. If I look at the ECM GFS model and see what they say, that's not the right. I got to go to, I think I'm on the wrong model here. I got to go to the snow total map. Let's see, that's the one I'm looking for, the high res, my mistake. All right, so if I go to the total snowfall for that, there's even forecasting 10 inches in Michigan. That's surprising. They're forecasting a little bit less snow in the Ohio Valley area, which makes sense because you don't see snow like this late in April. This is pretty wild. So you have snowfall of up to 10 inches. Quite surprising. Temperatures around this time, yeah, they're going to be around freezing in Michigan, in particular in the Upper Peninsula, freezing. That's pretty surprising for this late in the season. This ain't going to last too long, in particular, because we have a ridge coming in, as I showed you earlier in the video. There's a ridge that's on the way. So if I pull forward into, like, say, the day after graduation in Cedarville, let's go there. See the ridge starting to build. There's some 80s showing up the forecast. There's going to be some 80s in the southern tip of Indiana as well. So this ridge is going to build, and it's going to bring some much warmer temperatures to the area. So that's in the long range model. So that was most likely subject to change, but it's pretty impressive how we're going to see go from such an Arctic blast on April 21st, where temperatures get to sub-zero up in Canada for this time of year, and then they're going to increase back to the 60s and 70s by the beginning of May. So there's a lot to pay attention to. So far, I don't see any severe weather on the table. All I see right now within these models is the potential for snow Tuesday night and an Arctic blast that will send our temperatures into the 40s for a couple days. So that's going to be something to keep an eye on. I hope this video is informative. Again, this is my first video for Great Lakes weather, so you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Great Lakes Weather, or you can also go to my Instagram account and go to CU_weather right now, which will be changing to Great Lakes Weather later on. So be ready. be ready for that change, and I hope this video was helpful to you. I'm just someone who is trying to look at the